Jewels Detox show. Yes. We are doing a spring detox follow-up. I've got health expert himself here, Dolphin, Herbs.com, has got me on a serious cleanse, honey. I done lost 10 pounds. My mind is sharp. I can stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning, sending back emails, conference calls. Come on, somebody. You know you need to tune in today, because some of y'all like the Walking Dead tired all the time, wake up tired, go to bed tired. Listen, you are not supposed to live your life like that, so you know you need to stay tuned in today. All right, now it's time for today's Millionaire's Tip. Yes, listen, most millionaires do not mind being uncomfortable. You know, so many people are like, oh, I want to go to the next level. Oh, I'm ready to do this. But you got to be okay with being uncomfortable. Every time change comes or there's a demand put on you, don't keep backing down. When there's a demand put on your life, raise to the bar. When AD Dolphin was here talking to me about this cleanse, I said, oh, he has put a demand on my greatness. But you know what? I said, you know what? I kept putting it off. And then finally, I said, you know what? I'm accepting this challenge, because even though I felt like I felt good and I was doing good, listen, you can always be doing better. So surround yourself around people that are gonna put a demand on you to stretch, to change, and get okay with being uncomfortable. You don't wanna keep living the same life over and over again. That is so boring, so normal, hello. So listen, make a decision today to stretch yourself. We'll be right back after this break. Hey, this is Jewels Detox from the Jewels Detox show on the Impact Network. And I want to encourage you today to get on JewelsDetox.com and purchase the Millionaire Kit. Listen, I made the kit specifically with you in mind, and particularly for women, but certainly men, you can benefit from it too. I really want to provoke your dream life, provoke what you're thinking about your money and how to grow your money exponentially. Listen, money impacts every single area of our life. Don't you even kid yourself that it doesn't. How are you planning short term? How are you planning long term? What's your 5-year goal? What's your 10-year goal? And actually creating a financial blueprint so that you can accomplish the net worth that you deserve. As a matter of fact, what is your net worth today? And what do you desire your net worth to be? Listen, these are all questions that I want you to think about, because you're supposed to leave a financial legacy for your family. So make sure you look at JewelsDetox.com today. Hey, welcome back to the Jewels Detox show today. Yes. Sitting here with my brother, AD Dolphin, Herbs.com. Hey.
How you doing?
I'm so glad you're back.
I love doing your show.
Oh, you too?
Man, I feel like I'm with family.
I know, you know we family for real. Like when you first came on and started talking about the whole cleanse that you have, and you know, the impact that you've had, like even on Steve Harvey and other people, I was like, that's so nice. But then as you started talking, it was like, no, I need to do that cleanse for myself, you know, because I think I felt like, you know, I fast and juice every day and eat a lot of healthy foods that I kind of felt like, oh, that's not for me. But I'm really glad that you talked to me about it, because I'm always talking to people about stretching, you know, getting uncomfortable, going to the next level. And I was like, duh, like what he just told you would help you go to the next level. So just talk to me a little bit about Herbs.com and what you do, because the cleanse has definitely had an impact, you know, on me. So talk a little bit about.
Well, Herbs.com is a herbal supplement company that I started maybe about 12 years ago. We have over 400 products.
Wow.
And our main product is the product that you did, which is the full body cleanse. We built everything around that product, healthy living, you know, no additive, no preservatives, a pure product.
Yeah, that's really good. So now what was like your inspiration to even start that? Because I want to say, I think it's a big deal, and I really commend you for being an African-American male, because I think in our community, we have a lot of issues with African-American men having high cholesterol, hypertension. So the fact that, you know, you did the cleanse, but then you took it to another level by saying, hey, I'm going to come up with the whole product line. So talk to me about that and kind of what you've seen in our community.
Wow. First of all, when you talk about Whole Foods and a lot of healthy places, we don't see us there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really felt like that was an issue, and we needed a voice. And I didn't know I was going to actually turn out to be one of the many voices that are out there. That wasn't my goal.
Yeah.
My goal was like, you know what? I was introduced to cleansing. I loved it. I felt like, you know what? I felt like I could add something to it.
Yeah.
And that was my whole goal. But then next thing you know, God always has a plan.
Yeah.
He had a bigger plan for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here with you.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great. So let me tell you what was real silly. So you gave me everything I needed for the cleanse. So I'm at the house. I go to Sprouts and pick up like dried fruit, like you said.
Right.
And nuts and pistachios and cashews and almonds and dried pineapple, like you said. What was the count?
No sulfur.
Right,
no sulfur in it.
So I made sure they didn't have sulfur. So I got my little situation. And then we get on Instagram Live talking about it, being so silly, because I bought some dried fruit, y'all. I mean, some dried prunes. He said, this is not good for the marriage. I said, boy, stop. But it was good because even though I felt like I ate healthy,
right,
I could see that there was stuff happening and coming out of me that I was like, wait a minute. Like, I'm really glad that I went through that whole process. So let me ask you this. What would you say, because I asked Ben to do the cleanse. He's so silly. He's like, I'm not doing this cleanse right now, but I'm still going to keep working on him. Do you find that most of your demographics that are coming to you for cleanses, are they women or men, or what does that look like?
Believe it or not, men follow women.
Yeah.
So most of my clients are probably about 70%, 70, 80% women. And eventually men come along. They always late on the boat. We late to mature. We late to figure out what we're going to do in life. Women have a better understanding on what to do. And like I said, the healthier you are, the healthier you're going to make your family. Yeah. And then eventually, trust me, he's going to come right on along.
Yeah, come on now. Y'all agree with that? You coming, baby. You coming. I'm coming for you. No, that's really good. So now one of the things that I did start doing with the cleanse is I noticed that I was taking in more water, because you talk about how important water intake is. So talk about the hydration part of the cleanse.
That's no problem. So a lot of times people are confused on how much water they should consume.
Yeah.
I always tell people, take your body weight. If you weigh 100 pounds, divided by 2, that tells you the number of ounces you should drink a day. So therefore that person should drink 50 ounces a day. So it's all based upon your body weight. And that'll suffice your body for what you need on a daily basis.
So now let me ask you this, for like the person who is like thinking about getting a surgery to lose weight. I mean, because some people I think are genetically just overweight. So would you say they need to do the cleanse first? Like, what is your take on surgery for weight loss versus doing?
Man, I'm so glad you brought that up. First of all, I always tell people you can't get around God. You got to do the work.
Yeah.
You got to put in the time. You're not going to learn the lessons that you need to learn.
Yeah.
So you can overcome it, because you're still going to be the same person after that surgery.
Right.
So what it is that when you can't cut out half your stomach, a quarter of your stomach, and think that it's going to work out, your stomach is that way for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there are no shortcuts in life.
Yeah, yeah.
There are no shortcuts.
So you still need to exercise and change your diet.
Ultimately, absolutely. Your diet, when it comes to weight loss, is 80% of it is diet.
Are you serious?
80% is diet. The other 20% is working out. I'm sure you guys, I'm sure everyone knows that person. They go to the gym every single day, but you look at them, ain't nothing changing, because they haven't changed those eating habits. That's the key. Definitely spend some time. Working out is great, and I'm all for working out, because I work out every single day myself.
Oh, wow.
But I'm just saying, like, eating habit is everything.
It's huge.
It's everything.
So let me ask you this, because I know people talk a lot about portion control. You have things like Weight Watchers where they'll say weigh your food, or don't eat after a certain hour. What is your take on that?
I'm saying if you eat the right thing, you can eat whenever you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So if you eat the right thing.
If you eat the right.
What's your take on meat? Because I know there's so much controversy. Like, should you be vegan? Should you be vegetarian?
You know what it is? When it comes to meat, we're not eating the same quality of meat that our grandparents used to eat. So it's a different animal right now. You know what? There's hormones, there's steroids, and when you put all those things in your body, it adversely affects your body. The hormonal issue, you see a lot of men balding early because of that.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's hormones. You got women who going through menopause a lot earlier. It's all hormones, it's steroids, all these things vastly affect your body.
Right. So if you're gonna eat meat, are you saying, is it okay if you go to like a farm and get organic, hormone free?
The cleaner you eat, the healthier
The
you'll
better.
be. Period.
Do you eat meat?
Huh?
You eat
From
meat?
time to time, I do. I haven't designated and say I'm this.
Okay.
Because I don't. You never want to like feel trapped. I just say follow your heart, follow what's in
Right.
you. Your body in tune knows exactly
Right.
what to do.
Yeah, that is so funny you said that, because one of my children, Cyrene, texted me today and she said, Mom, do you think I should become vegan? Because, you know, I mentioned to you, she
Right.
needs to be on a gluten-free diet because she was diagnosed with something called ulcerative colitis, which can be controlled with diet. And I said to her, my question is, when you eat certain foods, can you tell that it's triggering tiredness, or maybe, you know, something doesn't look good? So ultimately, I think what he's saying is pay attention to your body.
Absolutely.
Like, you got to pay attention to your body. If you pay attention to your body's going to tell you exactly what it needs. So we'll be right back after this.
This is Your Impact Network.
Welcome back to the Jewel Tankard Show. Man, I am loving this conversation, and I'm hoping, you know, that you're sitting there today thinking, I got to get my behind off this couch. I know I need to do this cleanse. I'm tired of being tired. So thank you so much for coming on and talking about this, because I feel really passionate about it, just because I feel like when people are healthier, they're more productive.
For sure. You have more energy.
Yeah.
I feel like you're 12 years old all over again.
Yes, like I feel so good. And so do you find that, because to me, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems like the average person I talk to, when I ask them how they doing, the average person, not everybody, but the
Right.
average person, they're tired.
For sure. You got to remember, your digestive system spends a lot of energy there. So therefore, when you're eating cleaner, you're obviously going to have more energy. You're
Yeah.
definitely going to feel better.
Yeah, for sure. So really, if you want to be more productive in your overall life, you need to really consider doing a cleanse like this so that you can get to the point where you can accomplish everything that you need to accomplish. And I think maybe women and particularly gravitate more towards it. Like you said, women sometimes are smarter, yes. But I think also being moms and wives, like you wake up one day like, dog, I spend, you know, raising my children tired, you know, sleeping on my husband tired, like go to work tired. Like you just get to a point where like, that's not how you want to live.
For sure. I think what it is that the full body cleanse, it's like a fresh start.
Yeah.
It's like you get to push the reset button.
Yeah.
You're going to feel more energy.
Yeah.
Your skin's going to definitely improve.
Right.
Your mental clarity is going to improve. Weight loss. I mean, it's definitely an enjoyable experience. And you'll feel like you accomplished something.
Yes,
You feel like you climbed Mount Everest afterwards.
I'm telling you, I felt so disciplined. And then when I was losing weight off up in here, you know what I'm saying, off up in here, and every day I asked my husband, I'd be like, baby, can you see it? And then finally, I think like after day 7, 8, he's like, okay, I see you, girl.
There you
so
go.
it's worth it. And it helps because now I find myself being more disciplined, you know, in everything, in administration and organization. Like that thing kind of transcends to all areas of your life. You know?
It does. It changes your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It allows you, first of all, it gives you the ability to say no.
Right.
To certain things, you know,
Yeah.
oh no, I don't need that right
Yeah,
now. And I
yeah.
think that's one of the amazing things that can happen
Yeah.
when you do show that discipline and
Yeah.
you do finish that cleanse.
Yeah.
And you know, you had everyone watching you just
Yeah.
to see who you are, and then
Yeah.
that starts attracting more people.
Yeah.
And people, you know, everybody
Yeah.
wants to be like Jewel.
Well, we want to be like you too and stay healthy. So let me ask you this, because now that I finished the cleanse, now it's like all about the maintenance program.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I was even thinking about that. I was like, okay, so how do I transition? I mean, honestly, I don't want to go back to eating some of those things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what does the maintenance product, what are some of those products? I think you brought some of those products, didn't you?
Absolutely. We
Okay,
have some
so
here.
Keita, you got some maintenance products for us. Yay. Let's give Keita a hand. Thank you. So, okay. Ooh, auntie. The bowel motion. Now, everybody, come on. And then we got alkaline formula,
Right.
which I think is huge because I think all of us have heard that when your body is not alkaline, it's acidic, then it's room for disease, right?
Yes, it's a bulletproof vest from disease when your body is alkaline.
Wow, and then this is the detox formula.
Right.
So let's talk about what each one of those do, and then, because, is this mine?
Absolutely,
Oh,
that's
thank
all
you.
for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay,
Oh,
no
yes.
problem.
Okay.
So the detox formula is for all those particular organs that you cleanse during your cleanse. That's your
Okay.
gallbladder, your heart, your liver, your colon, your spleen, your lungs, your kidneys, your adrenal glands, your blood, and your skin. So it's a little bit of something for all of those organs.
Okay.
And then we have the alkaline formula. The reason why that's so important because of the fact that when you were on the cleanse, you were eating live food. You know what I mean? You were eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. That changed your alkalinity. That gets you closer to that magic number of 7. And then the bowel motion, since what it is that when you come on the maintenance program, we're not saying you can only eat this. This is now your opportunity to find out what you want to put into your diet, everything that you want. And sometimes when people make a mistake here and there, this is going to help kick that mistake out of your system.
Got it. Yeah, because that activated charcoal that you had me on. I mean, I felt like, because now I just want to ask this. I mean, all of us, everybody has bowel movements, right?
Right.
So when most people go to the bathroom
Right.
to release and have a bowel movement, aren't they just releasing from the bottom half of their colon? Does it ever really go to the top? Because I felt like things was coming out like all the way up here, you know?
Well, that's the point of the cleanse. The point of the cleanse is not only clean out your colon, but to clean out your small and large intestines.
Okay.
So it definitely helps in that particular area. So you can flush out your entire system opposed to just your colon.
Right. And then, you know, we mentioned hydration. And for anybody listening, listen, if you get on derbs.com, they're going to get a discount, right? If they put in Jewel. So if you put in Jewel, you're going to get a discount. I think, how much is it, 129 or?
Well, you get 10% off.
Oh, they get 10% off.
You get 10% off.
So you guys need to do that because honestly, I feel like I'm sharper, I'm better. I just feel so strong, you know?
It's
and
amazing,
that
isn't it?
That's awesome.
Man, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can do anything.
I know.
And it's great. And I want you guys to experience that same thing. So again, get on derbs.com. I mean, you don't, because I think that also, if you don't get this eating together, won't that start accelerating your aging?
Absolutely. Well, you know what it is? Food is now the new genocide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, it's fast food stuff all around every single corner. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you're not eating real food.
Yeah.
And that's definitely going to, you know, lower your quality of life. And I
Yeah.
think it's so important just for people to understand like how to eat healthy. A lot of us didn't have, you know, the parents didn't have the information to give us so we know how to eat healthy. We usually tend to eat what our parents ate, you know, and all of them didn't do such a good job. But you know what? That doesn't have to be the end of it.
Yeah.
You can restart it now and spread that information to your family.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. People that you've seen taking medication, I mean, 9 times out of 10, again, you know, this goes back to the cleanse. So if you're, you know, on 5 different medicines last year, now they added 2 more on to offset the side effects. It really goes back to living a disciplined life. Because the thing that I don't like about when I see people start taking medicine, like I've been thinking about my own grandmother, they started putting her on prednisone back in her 50s. She's in her 90s now, but her bones have deteriorated. And I almost feel like, what if you would have never started?
Right. And that's just, that's exactly it. So ultimately, when it comes down to medication, you always run across people, and we always have them in our family. I was like, well, how long have you been taking the high blood pressure medication? They'll tell me 20 years. So I'm like, okay, so it's not solving anything.
Right.
Like when it comes to high blood pressure, all you have to do is change your eating habits.
Right,
And
yeah.
anyone who does the cleanse, you'll notice, like, since you do have to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, raw nuts and raw seeds throughout that period, if you measure your blood pressure during that time, it's going to vastly improve because of what you're eating. What you're eating directly relates to how you feel and how healthy your body will actually be.
So I would go so far to say, and of course we're not telling you don't listen to your doctor or whatever,
sure.
But I think what we are saying is that I've seen drastic improvement when people change their diet, get on the cleanse, if they have high blood pressure. I mean, is it the same thing with diabetes, right?
Diabetes too, for sure.
Yeah, because people tell people, a lot of times doctors will say, you got to be on this for the rest of your life. And I'm like, no, not necessarily, but you got to be willing to adjust.
Well, a lot of times they're giving you information like that because of the fact that they're saying they don't know that you have the discipline to actually do it.
Oh, that's
because
good.
one of the things that's going on with high blood pressure and stuff like that is you got to start working out and you got to change those eating habits. But if you don't do that, you're going to put yourself in a situation.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, try to do it the healthier way. Change your eating habits. Communicate it with your doctor. Have him check you regularly as you making that change, and let him give you advice on what to do. And I'm sure he's going to point you in the right direction.
Right. But sometimes this is why you need a dherbs.com, because there are some doctors that are emphatic. I mean, I've had doctors say to me when I was walking through that with Cyrene, she will have to be on this for the rest of her life. And I'm like, I'm not receiving that. That is crazy. She gonna put this stuff in her body every single week or month? No way.
Hey, you know what? That is also very, very true. But I always try to tell people, look, believe it or not, your doctor, that's your employee. He works for you. And if he's not working the way you want him to work,
all right,
go hire a new doctor.
Woo! Come on now, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, because you have to have a doctor that believes in the fact that at some point you can possibly be off of this medicine or will wean you down, you know?
Or at least have a doctor believe the same way you believe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's not on your team. He's working against you. So you got to have someone open to the realm that guess what? I don't have to be on medication. I can change my eating habits. The same way I ate my way into that situation, I'm going to eat my way out of that situation. I'm just going to take a healthier approach now.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the function of the brain, because it's so interesting to me that, you know, regardless how we feel, so this is not a political statement, but I'm going to use him as an example. But it's so interesting to me that President Trump, at 70 years old, is running the country, the United States of America, mentally. I mean, regardless of what we think about whatever, but just the fact that he's sharp enough and mentally alert. Wouldn't you say that you see when people age, some of them stay sharp, possibly connected to, again, what they're eating? Because it's just so interesting to me that you can find highly productive people at 70, 80, 90 years old, and you have other people that are deteriorating mentally and physically.
I think it also goes along with successful people. Successful people tend to work out. Successful people tend to eat a certain way. You know what I mean? Successful people don't live around the corner from a fast food restaurant and spend their time there. So I think it has a lot to do with that also.
Wow, that is so good, because it's so interesting. Like when I started on this whole health thing, I had to make a decision because, you know, I was using travel. For a while, I would use my travel as an excuse. Well, I couldn't eat, you know, I can't do the detox because I'm traveling, but it was like, no. And so what I've done is every city I go to, I find, as soon as we land, I find a Whole Foods.
That's awesome.
I find a juice bar.
Right.
So anybody can do it, because I couldn't use that as a crutch. Like, this is my life. I'm not slowing down.
Right.
So let me find a juice bar. Let me find a Whole Foods. Let me find a Sprouts. And it's actually worked out well because they're popping up all over America.
It's changing. The world is changing. Definitely healthier is becoming, you know, it's the new thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's actually the thing that's never going to get old.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to say, not just successful people do it, eat healthy, but I'm just saying.
They're more inclined.
There you go. They're more inclined to do it. And we got to always believe that we need to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Don't leave it just up to them. We got to make that effort also.
Yeah, because I think in particularly African-American community, food was a love language.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, baby.
Soul food.
Come on, baby. I made you some cakes and some pies. And, you know, and so we had these gathering spaces around food. And so, you know, you tell your relatives, oh, I'm not eating that. Oh, you up in it now. No, I'm just trying to be conscious, you know, of what I'm eating. So I think we have to kind of, like you said, lead by example and have the conversations with our family. Why am I choosing to not eat like this?
Right.
You know.
But like you said, it starts with someone doing it in the home, and then eventually that information spreads to their children, and then from their children to their children, and then it becomes a more repetitive thing, and then we can change our future.
Right, and one thing that I love that I found is I'm at a point where I almost don't want to cheat.
Good.
Just because I feel like if I feel like for example, one of our volunteers, she's so precious. She made this homemade caramel cake, and I was like, oh my God, Jesus! But I didn't touch it, and I wanted to touch it because I know it was so good. Everybody else is talking about how good her cakes are, but I said if I eat that, it's gonna wake something up in me.
But you know what? I would say take a bite. And the reason why I would say take a bite is because you're gonna have a different experience with it now.
Whole thing.
You're gonna have a different experience. You may notice something about it that you never noticed before.
Oh, wow.
You're a different person now.
Y'all heard that? He said I can have a bite of caramel cake even though I'm done with my cleanse. So listen, this has been amazing. I hope you make a decision to start this cleanse today. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Let's give it up for AD. Yes. All right, now it's time for Reality Watch. Yes. Now, y'all know we got a reality show, Hunter, and you know I talk about reality shows too. I just like to kind of give a different spin. So this year, I'm Married to Medicine, which, by the way, I want to say a few of those ladies are good friends of mine, and I really love them all. But they've had a lot of drama. So this is what I want to say about it. I think that we have to give people space and room to grow. I think that what happens is when you watch a reality show, because I think a lot of people have some of those same conflict issues with other women, with girlfriends, and I think that when you see women behaving like that on the show, don't be so judgmental because you don't know what part of the process they're in. You know, when I think about in college, I was still smoking weed, right? Some of y'all still smoking weed. But thank God, I had people love me through that process. And they didn't beat me up because I was still getting high. Somebody loved me through it. So all I'm saying, whether it's a Lisa Nicole or a Quad or a Heavenly or a Dr. Jackie, remember that they are human beings that are in a particular part of growing up and developing. And so you have to make sure that when you come for people like that in social media, you have to remember that they are people, okay? And that they have feelings. And you don't know when somebody is at their breaking point. So you don't want a tweet to go out or to make a comment that bashes maybe a behavior that you don't feel like was right. And maybe the behavior wasn't right, but I just want you to remember that there are people at the end of the day, and we have a responsibility to love people where they are. What if Jesus didn't love your behind where you were? So that's what I got to say about Married to Medicine. So anyway, until next time, remember, you can't have it all. See you later.